We're outside by a catch basin. And you might wonder why, but we're with George Ballas from Clarke. You're our favorite entomologist. You know that, I think. We're here to talk about the village's, what do you call it, mosquito control program. And George, Clarke's been doing this for Vernon Hills for a very long time, and most of the places in Lake County and around. Can you explain, it seems so dry, why are we talking about mosquitoes right now? It doesn't seem like mosquito weather.
Well, mosquitoes have two different types of life cycles. Some of them are nuisance mosquitoes or quality of life mosquitoes, which are usually prone to floodwater situations. And then we have some mosquitoes that are where stagnant water is. And storm drains or catch basins are an area within the village here, and we have thousands of them where mosquitoes can breed underground. And so a lot of the program that we have, most people think of the trucks spraying down the street, but most of the work that we do is actually controlling mosquitoes before they become adults, and treating these thousands of catch basins using bicycle riding technicians is one of the ways that we control mosquitoes.
So when we see the bikes going through and they're dropping packets into, and as dry as it's been, there's water in this storm drain. So these are the ones that are more than nuisance. They can be a health hazard. So these are the things you're trying to disrupt the life cycle for.
Yeah, and these types of mosquitoes are generally the type of mosquito that spreads West Nile virus.
Okay.
And we have that endemic in this area. And so most people won't see any water in their own yards, but we can see that there's still water in the storm drains. And so these applications go out every month to control mosquitoes throughout the mosquito breeding cycle.
So they just pop those packets in?
Yeah, you just drop that right in. You'll see a bike that rides up, they'll drop it right into the storm drain, and that will actually release for 30 days and control mosquitoes for 1 month. And then after that, we'll come back 1 month later to do another treatment.
So you're getting them before so that the nighttime spraying isn't this is your primary?
Yeah, this is the primary. Adult mosquito control may be necessary, and that's one of the components that we utilize, but we want to control as many of them as we can while they're in their immobile stage, in the water stage.
Gotcha. And we talk, and it's for health purposes. Now you got a cup here, so you guys are also taking data the whole time, so you know how much you got to do and where you got to focus. So what have we got here?
So we have some mosquitoes that were collected. These are Culex mosquitoes. These are the types of mosquitoes that would be in the storm drain.
Okay.
And then we'll also collect adult mosquitoes for population density and distribution, as well as collecting mosquitoes for testing for West Nile virus. So that's ongoing throughout every season, and we've started the collection here in June, and we'll see what we see as the season goes along.
Is the season a little different because it's been such weird weather?
Yeah, I mean, the season is a lot different. 88, 2005, 2012. 2005 and 12 were very high West Nile virus years, but those were very dry years, as well as 1988. But this has been one of the driest years on record.
So with this drought, you're trying to keep ahead of it. Yes. Excellent. Thank you for doing that. Now, we've talked about what you're doing to keep us as a community, keep that mosquito population down. How about what we can do at home to be safe? What do you do for your family? You're a dad. What do you have your family do?
Well, I think the first thing is really looking around the yard for water. So we still get rainfall every so often, and those little small areas of water can breed mosquitoes. And most of those container breeding mosquitoes are Culex mosquitoes that carry West Nile virus. So tipping and tossing, recycling containers, getting rid of anything that's behind your shed. We have a lot of areas where there's little small swimming pools that people have tucked away and enough water stays there. The second thing is, if you're out during a time that mosquitoes would be active, which would be when sunset through sunrise, you can wear repellents, and you're carrying a few of them here. We brought some, but there's 3 or 4 different types. Oil of lemon eucalyptus, picaridin, and DEET-based repellents are all repellents that can be utilized based on your needs.
Well, and they're good for not just the mosquitoes, don't they? Also oftentimes help with all the other critters that we're all being more mindful of right now too?
Yeah, and we have a lot of questions that come in regarding ticks right now as to what we should be wearing, and any type of repellent that's over 20% is utilized for tick repellents as well.
Okay, so that's the kind of stuff you do at your house, I'm sure.
Yeah, so we check for standing water. I grew up in a Greek household, so my parents have lots of standing water in little artificial containers. But if you can flush those out, or bird baths every 3 to 4 days, change that water up, and then get rid of anything that's a bucket or any type of flower plants that you've kept around. A lot of people are using sprinklers right now, not understanding that if they go into artificial containers, that water will be standing there. The mosquitoes are looking for water. They might be looking at a catch basin, but if you have water in your own backyard, they may be laying their eggs on the surface of the water there.
Even just a little saucer.
Just a little bit of water will actually breed mosquitoes.
Well, we're glad you're out here helping us. Thank you for doing that. And now the thing that people do think about the most, again, is that spraying at night. And that's something that you can go onto your website and people can set up to get information. So you know when you spray at night, it dissipates quickly, but you will let people know when that happens.
Yeah, so we have a portal called Clarke Portal, which allows residents to go on and ask for service notifications. That service notification allows them to get either an email or a text any day that we do adult mosquito control within the village. And generally we'll do adult mosquito control about 3 to 4 times during a season on average.
Sounds good. And so you go on the portal, you can do that. You can also, if you see something like in your neighborhood, like if you have a detention pond that you think you're concerned about, that's where you can put in your, have you checked this? Are you aware of this? And
yeah, so that service portal allows for many different things, also reporting standing water or stagnant water, which may be potential breeding sites.
Sounds good. Sounds good. Well, thank you so much for taking the time. Thanks to all your Clarke people that are around on their bikes and everything else. Remember, go on the website. You can learn a lot about the materials used, the processes, and everything else. And everybody stay safe. Spray up and stay safe, right?